I'm Addie Hernandez, and welcome to my knife fighting project. We are on location in beautiful Lake Chelan, Washington at our Wind and Rock training facility. In this DVD, I will go over some defensive and offensive skills and concepts. I will also teach you a knife juru, flow drill, and go into some brutal self-defense street application, all of which are derived from our system of key fighting concepts. It's important to remember when you're training with blades, you must stress the utmost caution and safety. Keep yourself and your partner safe. With that being said, let's get started. Let's start right off the bat with a life and death situation. With the help of my instructor Joseph and partner, here he is. He's going to attack me with a blade. I'm going to get into my fighting stance. Go ahead, Joseph, attack me. One more time, fast. Okay, let me break that down for you. Because that technique was so ballistic, I was using the rubber blade as opposed to my normal training blade, which is aluminum here. My training blade represents my real blade, and what I normally use is a Spyderco. My Spyderco looks like this. Notice the resemblance. And then after we get that established, I learned to utilize a training blade in my hand that resembles my real blade so that I'm very comfortable with it. Also, one thing I'd like to point out is we never use live blades in our training sessions. Please, again, practice good safety and caution. So let's begin with our footwork. I'm going to put away my blade right now, and what I want you to do is you want to have one foot forward. If you're right-handed, put your right foot forward. Of course, if you're left-handed, reverse that. I'm here. Relax your hands. Your shoulders are slightly tilted towards your right, and you're nice and relaxed. Now, what I'm going to go through first is our defensive approach to this. So if I'm being defensive, I'm going to step back. So if I'm moving back, my back foot moves first. So I'm going to take 2 steps. It's nice and easy. 1, 2. 1, 2 here. Let me show you that from a different angle. I'm relaxed, my right shoulder slightly tilted, and then I'm moving back. Working my way, nice and easy. Get comfortable with that stance and then practice it. Now, when I'm in my position here, I want you to bring your left hand and bring it right to your chest, and your right hand is right to your hip. I want you to refer to this as your home position. You will always come back to here every time. So I'm moving back, nice and smooth, right to here. Notice my stance. I'm also low in my base. Again, I'm relaxed, and I'm able to move forward, to the left, to the right at any moment. But first, let's retreat before we go and attack them. Okay, once again, I'm here, relaxed, back to my home position, and then back. Here. Okay, now, let's add our handwork. I'm going to extend my right arm out, my left hand extends, and my left hand's just going to slap the inside of my forearm. I extend and slap, and then come back to home. Now notice that I'm holding my right hand as if I were holding a blade. This is a nice empty hand way to get a nice feel for it. I extend out, and then I'm back. Nice and smooth. Let me show you that a different direction. I'm here. Nice and smooth, and it is going to be quick. You'll be surprised how efficient this really is. I'm extending out, and then I pull back. Extend out and pull. Right to there. Okay, now let me grab my blade. I pull it out. Again, it's my training blade. I want the butt end of my blade right to my hip bone. Do not divert from this. This is very important. And my point of my blade is pointing right at my opponent. I'm covering my other hand to my chest, bend my knees, and now as I extend my blade out, I slap again the inside of my forearm, and then I gently come back. I'm out and back. I'm not making a big circular motion. It's going to be straight out and back. So it's out and back. Here again. Notice I'm still retreating. This is very defensive. Extending out, pull. Good, nice and clean. Practice it over and over. Okay, with the help of my partner, I'll show you how this works. Let me explain to you what kill range is. From what we call a neutral position, Joseph is standing with his feet side to side, weight is evenly balanced. What your kill range is your opponent's longest weapon plus a couple of inches. Right now, Joseph's longest weapon is his leg. So if he backs up just a little bit, right to here. Okay, if he backs up just a little bit for me, I'm right outside of his kill range. If he brought his right leg, he's right to here, and I'm going to actually hold it here for you. A couple inches. Now, imagine that Joseph is a protractor. His left leg is the needle, and his right leg is a pencil. And now imagine I'm drawing this circle all the way around him. That becomes his kill range. And of course, everybody's got different leg lengths, so again, it's your opponent's longest weapon, not yours. So you want to keep that into account. Now, if I'm in my actual home position, I'm standing here. Joseph right now is technically in my kill range. So if he backs up just a little bit, again, this is defensive. So I'm saying, look, buddy, stay away from me. Get away. And he slowly creeps into my kill range. And as soon as he falls right into my kill range, I have to do something to protect myself. Again, back to being defensive. He could go ahead and back up a little bit for me, Joseph. He's coming in closer, and of course once he reaches in with any weapon or limb, I have to attack. Okay, now let me explain this a little more clearly for you. So Joseph is coming at me. When he extends his hand out towards me or an attack, what I'm doing is here's the slice with my knife, and remember I was slapping the inside of my forearm. Well, now I'm slicing and hitting his hand at the same time, of course in the process cutting his tendons that will allow his hand to actually flex inward. Okay, go ahead and let's put that blade away for a second. So he punches and I'm here. Of course, when Joseph hits me, back up just a little bit please, he punches me, I can actually just hit him here like a parry in boxing. I could also just go ahead and punch us, hit him across to the side. But what I want is both of those movements done at the same time. I hit, and then as soon as I cut, what is your opponent or what is that bad guy going to do? They're going to pull back and I shred the inside of their arm. Let's try that again. Back up a little bit. Okay, so I'm here, comes in, nice and quick, one motion. One more time. Excellent. Okay, now why this position? Why protect it here and why protect my hand? Okay, it's kind of corny, but whenever you're doing something with weapons and you're attacking, I think that if there's weapons involved in a situation, I need to bring all my limbs in so that I could protect them. And then with my palm over my chest, it's actually another layer before they get to my heart so that I can survive the situation. Also, if you get into like a West Side Story scenario, Joseph and I are out here. There you go. We're out here in a West Side Story, and there goes his limbs, there goes all that. Of course, that's happening, but that also can happen to me, so I need to protect everything to this point. Again, let's turn around, Joseph, right to here. He attacks me, everything's nice and clean. I'm here and protecting myself. If you practice this drill 15 minutes a day for a month, you will have one of the most devastating defensive knife techniques we have in our Key Fighting Concepts program. Let me show you now the versatility of this actual form and stance. So when I'm in my position here, I'm extending out. There is no reason that you should divert to any other motion than just extending out and back. Very simple, very effective. Let me show you with my partner Joseph. If Joseph extends in his right punch or his right attack, I can cut the inside of his tendons right to here. What if he extends a left punch? It's the same motion. Now I'm actually cutting the outside of his arm as I pull back. What if he kicks? Same motion. What if he knees me? Right to here. And if he tackles, same thing, right to the neck or right across to the face. Different direction. Right punch, left punch, kick, knee, attack. Once again, let me show you the versatility of this drill. One size fits all. My partner Joseph, he punches me with the right. One motion. Punches me with the left. Same motion. Kick or a knee. He tackles me. Same thing. Neck or right across the face. Okay, so what if he decides to give me a big roundhouse haymaker hook? Same concept, one size fits all. He hooks me, and I'm not going to chase it. I'm just going to go right down the center, right to here. Does that again, here, bang, right to there, and that hook doesn't mean anything anymore. Okay, one more time. Right punch, left punch, kick, knee, there. Good. Now you can actually do this with your partner, practice it more of a live reaction and get your timing faster. So I can be here, extend. Even if he didn't attack, I was already ready for that. Let's switch to the other side. Let me give you another reason why I have you come back to your home position. Remember, your hand is covering your chest. The butt end of your blade is right to your hip. Very important. The center of my gravity comes right from my hip here. So if I were to be attacked and have the blade taken away from me, I actually have much more strength and power to maintain my weapon and attack them back. Let me show you what I mean. Let's take a look at a multiple opponent scenario. Joseph comes in, and I'm here. I'm completely facing Joseph, and I can't see if anybody's behind me. He comes after me, I attack him, he blocks me, I'm protected, and then somebody could come up from behind, and here I am. What I'm going to do is turn around and then hump right to here. Okay, if I didn't have my hand on, or my blade on my home position, if I'm out here, there goes my blade, and I'm screwed. That was good. Okay, so now I have it here. Joseph attacks me. Here, I'm protected, and then I hump. When I say hump, yes, it's a little crass, but you'll remember, it's all coming from your hip with all that power, and then your blade impaling them, unfortunately, to their doom. So let me show you that again. I'm here. Joseph attacks me. I'm protected. Stay back. Stay back. Comes in. Protected. I don't see Alex. I'm going to hump here. And then now I'm out of here. This is all defensive blade work. Your home position, protecting yourself, utilizing your footwork, retreating, saying stay back, leave me alone, and of course if they come and attack you, then you attack back. Now, going back to how we started this video, I attacked Joseph and it was a life and death situation. He had a weapon, I came to my defensive position, but my life was being challenged, so I actually escalated to become now more of an offensive situation. Let me explain to you on Josh. Josh comes after me with the blade. Right to there. He's going to take that blade and stick me with it, and he has no problem doing it so. So what I'm going to do is I'm protecting myself. He comes in, attacking, coming around, and I'm out of here. Okay, let me show you that slow motion. Same footwork, same hand position. It all starts with a nice base. Slow motion, Josh extends. I shred the inside of his tendons, which means his grip is loosening that blade, and that's gone. Now I pull back my blade and I'm sticking to his arm right to here. I'm blocking and protecting. I'm giving him my forearm just in case there's other weapons, or I'm just protecting myself here from, this is my weaker side of my hand. I'm using my forearm to explode on him. Now, from right here, notice where my knee is. I can buckle him down if he's tall so that I can bring him down to my size. Buckle him down. Now I'm just going to get nice and cozy with him as I bring my blade right to his neck. And of course, right from here, you know what's going to happen. I'm going to gently come around and I'm going to push off with my body against his. That completes the cut. This could be construed as a multiple opponent. Of course, we already showed that that's a scenario that could happen. So he's coming after me. It's a dark alley. It's a bad situation. I shouldn't be in it, but here I am. He gives me a attack. I'm here. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm protecting myself and hiding behind him. I'm again, using him as a shield against other people. And then I come back and attack. Okay, let's do that from over here, Josh. Go after me. It doesn't take a lot of time. Do that again for me, Josh. And I'm out of here. Let's say that your opponent or your attacker has a gun. I'm sticking with my home position.
What you doing with this bitch?
We've already established that we're defensive at first, and then if they have a weapon or they're out for our life, then we extend ourselves and we go and attack them. So for this demonstration, Alex will not have any weapon in his hand, but just imagine that it could be a blade, it could be a stick, it could be a knife, whatever. So now what we're going to do is called the ER Special. And the reason we call it the ER Special is because a good friend of ours, once he saw this, he's a surgeon at Harborview in Seattle, he said that if this were to be done in the emergency room at the hospital, they'd still be dead. So that being said, let me show you. Alex comes after me. Here, come up, slice. Right to there, from a different angle. Alex attacks me. Come up, stick him. Now right from here, I'm just dropping the center of my gravity right down. And then you can use your imagination from there. Slow motion. Again, the same base. He comes in. I retract, and then I'm here. Let me do that again. I retract, and then I trap him here. Then I come underneath, and then slice all the way down. One other side, please. Come in, up, and right down. The ER Special. Moving on to a variation of the same theme, a brutal counterattack to his attack towards me. So now, I'm coming here, he attacks me, I come in, I push, I'm here, and then I slice. Staying with the same theme, but a different variation, now I'm going to extend and attack towards the lower arch. So when Josh comes after me, I come in here, attacks, I'm low, and I attack. There, did it again. Here, from this position, I'm really taking his space. I can actually come underneath here, and all his weight is on his back leg, and all of his lead leg is just actually hanging and weighing off of my blade, which will cut up the back of his tendons on his leg. So go ahead and relax a little bit, and I pull out, and then here, and then I stick him. Another variation of the same theme. Josh attacks me. This time to his femoral artery, and I slice. This is what we call the femoral shred. Turn around for me, Josh. Here, I come in, stick, down. Slow motion. Again, he attacks, I counter, and actually you can move. You notice that I step through with my opposite leg. You can do either leg. Right here when he punches, I can just step forward, like where I taught you the stance at the beginning, stick, and then through. I also step forward with my opposite leg. I have the knee knock, I have all this other stuff as well, but the technique still works as I slide down. Okay, let's try that on the other side. Come in. Okay, now, another different variation. Comes in. This time, I'm definitely stepping through, taking up his space, and with my blade, I come underneath his knee, and the weight of his knee is pressing down on the blade as I rip and pull and cut his tendons as I take him down. Let's do that again. Moving on to our knife juru. The beginning part of this DVD, we worked on a lot of technique, coming to our home position, and fundamentals that you could work over and over. If those techniques and the offensive attacks or counterattacks are a little too much for you, here's something you can fall back on to get some great manipulation drills, manipulation with your blade, to get some good changes of grips and get really comfortable with your blade. So this is called our knife juru. We start with our hand to our chest and our blade right to our hip. Does it look familiar? Our first motion, I'm going to come up and then back. Now I'm going to switch my grip. Turn my grip, sit low here, and now this is an ice pick grip. I drop down, ice pick grip low. Then I circle around, turn, tack or a dive, and then slice up, turn it around again, and then pull back to our home position. I'm going a little fast right now, but I'm just demonstrating. I'll go over detail in a moment. Now, from right here, we have an exchange. I'm going to come around and I switch. This exchange looks very familiar to our CUT jurus and Sirach jurus. Now we've got a blade in our hand. I switch the grip, turn it around, I step through, and now proceed on the left side, same motions. I attack, I pull back, I flip, turn the blade, hit, and attack, scoop around, turn, dive, drop, and then pull back. Good, let's start over. On guard. Now, the same motion, straight, out, and back. Try to get away from this round attacking motion. You're opening your center line. You don't want to do that. You take your center line and their center line right down the middle. Come back to home. Now, I'm going to take my middle finger and my thumb. I'm going to wrap it around my blade, and what it is I'm just getting used to the blade rotating around so I can switch. You need to practice that with your own blade because it can be a little tricky, and it's just a quick transition as I do that to slice the other way. So I'm here. I did my first motion. I turn and slice. This is a nice slicing motion. I'm protected. Now, I'm going to take my thumb and gently loosen my grip as I turn and rotate my blade, and now the blade is towards me. And now as I sink, I get low, elbow down to my side, protecting, and this is a really strong stance. Right here, I can attack. People are punching. I can ice pick. I can hook if somebody hits. I can hook if somebody punches. Right to there. And then I can drop really low. Right to either to the quads, to the thighs, to the calves, or maybe even the Achilles tendon or the hamstrings down low. Now from here, I'm covering. There could be another attack as I protect myself and I turn back to home. Now, take your thumb again. Rotate the blade. Now the blade is away from your arm, and I'm going to dive right into it. Notice how my blade is right along my forearm here. It's almost discreet. I'm protecting myself, and I just come right in and attack with that. So now I come up, and now right from here, I'm just going to drop. This could be a punch. I'm protecting myself, almost like in Muay Thai. I'm out here, they're punching, you're defanging the snake where they would have with an elbow. Now you just have a blade in your hand here. But now I just drop, turn the blade around, and then I rotate back. Now exchange, go around. This actually doesn't look very strong, but from right here, If you think about it, who's going to pull that blade out of my hand? It's just a transition, and I really have a lot of strength with both my palms clasped together, and then I bring it right back to home. My blade is turned the opposite direction. Again, now take my middle finger and my thumb and flip it, and then I attack forward. Good, let me show you that first part again. I go in and back. Rotate. Rotate the blade, drop. Hit, hit. Again, these are great fundamentals. Get you comfortable with the blade. I turn the blade around, drive right through them, then drop. Turn the blade and then pull back. I like the analogy of picturing a really flat, straight sheet held taut, and you're going to hit it and just rip it down. Now here, exchange. Switch my blade to the other hand, twist it, open, step through with your left, and then attack, and then pull back. Turn, slice right here. Switch your grip. Notice how I'm protecting. Elbows in. I can attack, I hook, and then I attack forward, pin, and back. Let me show you that knife drew from a different angle. Back, I'm starting from my home, blade nice and protected. Out, and then I pull back. Switch, rotate, sink into your stance. Right from here, attack, drop, all the way down, attack again. Curl, roll over the top. Now switch your blade, dive right through them. Now drop, nice upward attack, rotate, and then pull back. Now from right here, exchange, switch the blade to the opposite side. Turn and flip, step through, and roll back. Switch, rotate the blade, sink into your stance. Ice pick, drop, ice pick. Roll over, twist the blade, dive right through, drop. Turn, hit, and pull back. Again, the knife drew that we just went through is to develop body symmetry, hand coordination, agility with your blade, and learning to utilize different grips. And you've already seen that when the beginning part of this was utilizing our forward stance and home position. Now let's take a look at a scenario that utilizes our reverse grip. When we're back to this position here and we rotate, this is our reverse or ice pick grip motion. What if let's say that with our first attack or our first defense mode, you're not used to this motion, and you're normally a fighter and you're a boxer, and your first initial attack or defense is to bring your hands up like this. Well, that's totally okay, because you can still utilize that with a blade in your hand. So when I come out to here, I just switch my grip, and you can actually come up with a fighting stance. I'm going to show you how to utilize it this way. We can have it in our other hand. We can switch the grip, switch it to the other side. Notice the changes here. It's all going to come out here in our next drill that I'm going to teach you. Let's say you are facing a boxer or a fighter. To show you with my partner Alex, he's going to get into his fighting stance. Right now I'm not going to have my blade in my hand. I'm going to teach you the empty hand version of this. I'm facing Alex here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trap him and attack him with an elbow. Coming at him like this. And then I can rotate and come in with a knee off of that. Let's switch angles for me, Alex. Right here, my hands are up, slap elbow, come in, and then knee. Okay, now, let me show you that slow motion. Alex has got his hands up. My right hand's gonna slap and trap. My left hand slaps and traps, and I come out here and I come up with a Muay Thai, or actually this is the rock elbow right to the side of my face here as I collapse either to his collarbone, to his face, to his temple, jaw. Again, slow motion, I slap, slap, elbow, right to here. Let me show you that in the air by myself here. So it's going to be right, left, and then my right elbow comes up and I elbow right down, and notice I'm protecting myself. This is a Muay Thai protection here. Coming up, 1, 2, 3. Different side, 1, 2, 3. Again, Nice and slow. Okay, now let's put a blade in our hand. Reverse grip, same motor skills as our empty hand technique. Now we do it with the blade. Our hands are up, I attack and slice. 10. Other side, Alex. Okay, slow motion. Reverse grip, ice pick grip here. I'm going to stick him here, trap. And now back to our knife manipulation juru. I rotate my blade. My elbow now turns into a blade shot right across the throat or the face or the collar, nice and low. Then I rotate my blade once again. I hook around the neck. Left hand hooks around his shoulder, and here I am with the knee, actually more to the chest here because my blade's already taking care of his head and his neck. Do that again. Here, I stick, attack, switch grip again, and now I'm kneeing right to the chest. Different angle. 1, 2, 3, switch. Come around and knee him. Okay. Now what if I had the blade in my other hand? This is to give you scenarios of situations of you're in the heat of the moment, you're being attacked, or you're going to defend yourself. You pick up a blade, and all of a sudden, whoa, hold on. Let me switch it to my other grip. That's not going to happen. Let's be real. So let's get used to different scenarios, different grips. So when Alex is here, this time I got him hooked around the shoulder, and I'm slicing here as well. Let's switch the blade back to my right hand in a standard grip. Alex faces me here. Now I'm going to slice, slice, stick, slice around, and now I have a great shot right here. In one of our other tapes called The Argument of Movement, point counterpoint, right here we put the blade at their neck, and I would come up and actually penetrate that with the knee. Very gruesome, but very effective. To the other side. So we're here, so slice the throat, around, and bang. Slow motion. 1, 2, stick them. Slice, come around and through them. Right through there. Thank you, Alex. Once again, looking at the versatility of our boxing stance. This time, let's put the blade in our standard grip in our left hand. Again, Alex is here. I slap around, hook, and that was a cut on the way up. Once more. Okay, slow motion. Slap, slice, hook around, right to the shoulder, pushing the head away, and I can slice that, and I'm out of here. Okay, let's switch to the other side. Slow motion. 1, 2, come around. I can still knee, I can slice, and I'm gone. Okay, just to summarize that, we went from a boxer's lead, he's facing me, right hand, reverse grip, stick, rotate, elbow, but slice, hook around the neck, and I've got a nice knee shot here. Now switch it to reverse grip to the left hand. Slap, stick again, hook around to the shoulder. You can see the versatility of this as it starts to have a good pattern, nice pattern, and it's a nice and effective. Okay, now let's go standard grip. Here, slice, slice, stick, come a cut down, and now here's the blade right at his neck, and then I knee it right into there. Okay, and then finally, standard grip, the left side. Slap, slice, hook around, knee, and then slice. Okay, sticking with the boxing theme, now we're more into kickboxing. Joseph's in his fighting stance. He's here. He's going to give me a roundhouse kick. Nice. Okay, slow motion on that. What I'm doing, my hands are closed, As he roundhouse kicks me, I'm stepping to my right and getting out of the attack line. When I get out of the attack line, I actually grab onto the leg here. I've got my blade in my right hand. I stick right to the quads, and I can actually cut behind the knees and the tendons there. Now let's teach this to you nice and slow. Joseph and I are in our fighting stance. I'm in my stance, but I have a blade in my right hand, reverse grip. Joseph's going to give me a tie kick right either to my kidneys or going to smash my floating ribs. Slow motion, he hits or kicks, and I step out of the way as I come and grab underneath his leg. I'm going to catch it. I'm here, and I step and catch, almost like if you were doing an uppercut hook, uppercut punch. Okay, so he hits and I catch it here. My hand is nice and open, and I'm going to stick him to the quad, stick him to this hand, and slice the back of his knee. Okay, keeping the reverse grip, same Muay Thai attack, only a slight variation. He's going to kick me. Come here. I stick him, stick here. Now, back to our knife juru, or manipulation drill. I rotate. I'm going to get low underneath, and I come up with a nice shot right to the groin. And do that again. Let's take a look at another variation from our knife juru. This is called the dive, and it's derived from our CUT system, CUT concepts, and I'm going to show it to you on Joseph. So he comes up, he's going to give me a right punch. Come up, slow, rise up here, dive with my hands, hook, knee knock him here, push him away. There's a elbow lock, and I come up with an elbow either to the chest, the collarbone, or the solar plexus here. Let's do it with a little more intensity. Different direction. Looking back at the juru, we had our motion here, rotating here, stick 'em, coming around. I'm in my home position, I rotate my blade, and now here's where the dive comes in, and then we would come down to our low position. That's where that is in that juru. So now, let me show it to you on Joseph. Slow motion, he comes up, I'm hiding my blade. It's going to come up, I step, I'm going to catch this up here, and then I step through once again as I'm hitting him right on the throat with my blade. I hook around, knee knock him to get him lower for me, hook here. I can either hook, stick, or keep it right in that position. Let me do that again. Slice, right through him, take his space. Collapse his knee, hook around, slice, and then stick. A little faster. Now let's take a look at a flow drill. This particular flow drill is called hubad lubad, derived from the Philippine lines. Joseph and I are actually going to do this with the blade. So let's face each other here. Joseph's got a regular standard grip to his right hand. We stand neutral position, facing me. He's going to give me an attack right to my neck or my carotid, right there. What I'm going to do for hubad, I'm going to block that right there. Now I have a reverse grip in my right hand, and I'm going to come around, clear, and in reality this would be already a done deal because I would have cut his tendons and moved on and hit and attacked different ways. But since it's a flow drill, we're going to stay with the fact that we're just getting a flow, learning to work with a partner, and learning to manipulate our blades and passing and meeting the force. Okay. So Joseph attacks me, I block. My right hand comes around, I hook it here, and I'm going to do what I call a C grip. I come up, and now I'm going to chop him or stick him. He's going to catch, he comes around, there's a slice, C grip with the hand, and I'm here. Nice and fluid. Okay, so what we're doing here is I'm meeting the force with Joseph. I meet the force, and then I'm going to clear the force as I attack. What we could also do, instead of meeting the force, he retracts and hits me again, I'm going to pass the force to move it away from my line of attack towards me. I stick him, and he's going to pass the force too. When I catch this, I'm catching it, moving out of the way, catching his thumb, and just gently rolling it down. Here, and you want to create a nice fluidity, nice flow with your partner, nice and smooth. Good. Now let's start again. We're starting with Hubud. He chops me. I meet the force. Clear. Chop him. Clearer. Now within the context, I decide to pass the force. Now he would adjust as we flow. Get a nice feel right to here. Now, right from here, slow motion, I decide instead of passing the force, I'm going to meet the force and then reverse it. And it's called a bong sao. Actually, he hits, I bong sao, and then I go a lot backhand as I pass him through. He's going to do the same thing with my attack. Meet the force and pass through. Here. Block. Nice and smooth. Nice and relaxed. Okay, from here I can decide to meet the force and go back into Hubud. Or I can pass the force. Then our bong sao. Here. And then Hubud. Now, what we can also do is derive something from Wing Chun called our Pak Sao punch drill. As I meet the force with our Hubud, I'm going to clear, trap, sit back, and now I can stick him. He's going to catch me right here. Then he's going to stick me and I catch. Get a nice fluid motion. These are called straight punches or our Pak Sao punch drill. Right from here. And at any time, one of us can switch and go back into our Hubud. And you can see that this flow drill becomes very spontaneous as it teaches you to move and dance and flow with your partner.
With my partner Addie, we're going to run through a few basic fundamentals of boxing. And one of the points I'm going to make is about your base, sometimes your stance. What's very important in our curriculum is that your base and or your stance must have three major components. One is stability, the other is mobility, and of course adaptability. Let me show you. Nice. Let's go, hit me. Boom. Pop, pop. Pop, pop. Pop, pop. Uppercut hook. Boom. Nice job, Ed. Do it. Add the uppercut hook. All right. Utilizing the supported elbow frame, Let me show you all about stability. Addie's going to take the big ball. That's stability. Mobility. She certainly is capable of just adjusting with her footwork, getting out of range. And now, adaptability. So then, you combine the two, they intermix. For your base understanding and the base of your stance, stability, mobility, and adaptability.
That concludes my knife fighting program. By all means, this is not a full system in itself. These are pieces from our Key Fighting Concepts curriculum that will give you a nice base and a great start. I'd like to give special thanks to my instructor, Joseph Simonette, and our 2 black belts, Alex Porter and Josh Adams, for their help. Please visit us on our website at keyfightingconcepts.com and check out our other DVDs for more information. Thank you.